Okay, so I recently went out and purchased the 2025 version of the Automorphin Fliphead Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, the new version that they did from Playmates. So I'm gonna discuss some similarities and differences between the 1993 version and the 2025 version. And for everybody watching, just bear with me. I've been working with a lot of resin and a lot of epoxy sculpting clay, so my nails look like crap right now. But yeah, so this is the 2025 version from Playmates. My personal opinion, just so far, is not a bad figure. As far as like the size and whatnot, it's actually a pretty good size. But the thing that I can't get behind is just the fact that the heads are so small. Whereas if you look at the 1993 version, is a little bit noticeably smaller than the 1993 version. Also, too, with the 2025 version, when you flip the head, it flips without any interference from the dragon shield. Whereas we all remember with the 1993 version right here, whenever you flip the head, you'd have to remove the shield for the head to flip on the 1993 version. Also, too, another thing, the weapons for these figures, I don't know, just to me, they seem a little bit bigger. As we know in the show, it's not exactly accurate to the show that Tommy came with a blade blaster, came with a pistol. Everybody knows that Tommy just came with his dragon flute. But as far as the posability, it looks like the figure's got like a decent amount of posability and articulation. So that's one thing that Playmates did good on it. So the initial pictures that came out last year in 2024 when they were first showing these off, everybody thought that the sculpts would look bad and that the sculpts just didn't really look that good based on the first images and first glances. But looking at it now, that actually is pretty, that actually kind of does resemble Jason David Frank, RIP, in good detail. So the facial detail and the sculpts on the heads actually ended up not being that bad. Now, as far as the paint jobs, it's some things that they missed as far as the gold trim on the glove and on the boots and whatnot. So that's one thing. But on a scale of 1 to 10, I give this figure like maybe a 7 or 8 because it's not a bad figure. Like I say, the size is good, but as far as if I'm going to collect the entire line, probably not, just for the simple fact of two reasons. Reason number one being that if you look at the figure in proportion to the heads on these figures, the helmets, I mean, are just entirely too small for the scale and proportion of the figure. And also, too, the mechanism right here in the front and in the back, I feel like that kind of like takes away from just like the overall appearance of the figure. So I'm not entirely sure that I'll end up collecting this entire line. But if I had to make a comparison between the 2025 version and the 1993 or 94 version, I'm probably going to go with the 1993 version. Not to say that these are bad figures. Playmates did a really good job on these. It's just between the, lack of paint, the paint job on the helmets, paint job on the trim, on the glove, and on the boots and whatnot. The weapons being a little bit big, and just the little flip mechanisms on the front and back that kind of take from the figure. That's the only thing that I can kind of like say bad about the figures. But other than that, they some good figures. I feel like the 1993 versions are just like kind of timeless and kind of classic, and they were just so groundbreaking and simple but like real to the point. So my verdict is going to be the 1993 version. But again, like I say, for anybody wanting to go out and collect these figures, not bad figures in my opinion. Like I say, on a scale of 1 to 10, I give them anywhere from a 7 to an 8. But it's just the fact that the helmets are so small. The flip mechanism is very easy, but it's just the fact that you have these on the torsos and that gives them this like little wide and bulky look that I don't think I'd end up going after the whole collection. But Playmates, let me say, Playmates, in their defense, did do a good job on these figures. So between the 1994, 93 version and the 2025 version, I'm going to go with the OG.